happening? Just want to say a massive Merry Christmas to everyone out there. We are the Panjabi Hit Squad, bringing you the brand new show called B4U in the Mix.
That's right, it's myself, Rav.
And your boy D.
And we have a massive show lined up for you this Christmas Eve. We have Arjun joining us a little bit later on. So our next guest has a brand new deal with Universal Music and Decipher Records. He's featured on the smash hit Sqaud with Guru and Dawa, and he's here with us right now, talking about his brand new music. Let's welcome to the show. Arjun, what's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's up? How you guys?
How's it going, man? How's it going?
See you guys.
Yo, man. So, Arjun, let's talk about your development, how you've developed into this massive international superstar. I remember when you done that track, that cover, Why the Scholar Very D?
Yes.
Which was huge. How has it been from then to now?
It's been crazy, man. It's been a long journey. That's like 6-7 years ago that was.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the first, I guess, time I broke out of the UK to kind of more international market. I was doing a lot of R&B before that, like songs like Stargazer and Vampire back in the day. I think my very first play was from you guys ever on One Extra with my old manager, Ronnie.
Oh, back in the day.
Years ago. It's a song called Aishwarya's Eyes. It was like 2009.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that song.
So I was kind of doing a lot of R&B music, kind of a lot of garage, UK music, not really connecting fully with the rest of the world, but kind of building a UK Asian fan base.
Yeah.
The minute I did that remix of Why There's Color Very, it all went very kind of worldwide, and then I started kind of using that formula to build a kind of a YouTube market, kind of like a big international following. So started breaking more towards the whole Bollywood, Hindi, fusion, sound.
You've done a few Tamil movies as well,
Done
right?
a few South Indian movies as well, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of then caught the eye of T-Series, who were like a monster in India at the time. It was quite a new concept for them because they were doing purely Hindi music, really. There was not much English music going on, but they could see the numbers really strong. You know, they was getting tens of millions of views on my own channel.
Your YouTube game was strong.
Yeah.
When you done Kabhi to Baadal Barse,
yes.
that was, oh man, that was ridiculous.
So I think, yeah, so that kind of was what formula was working for me. And I think at a time when Bollywood was just everywhere, and I think that's the kind of universal sound for all Asian people, whether you're Indian, Pakistani, Bengali, Sri Lankan, whatever you are, everyone knows Bollywood. So it's like a household kind of sound. So kind of tapped into that, but with my own R&B flavor, because I can't speak Hindi very well. So that was the main issue. I was having to sing, you know,
Hindi songs without being able to speak the language.
So that's why I would sample. So all I would do is write an English song and take a Hindi chorus, because I couldn't write Hindi. I couldn't find any writers, because in the UK, as you know, you can find amazing Punjabi writers, but you can't find anyone who can write Hindi. So I was struggling, because I'd write my own lyrics, I'd compose the beat, produce the music, and then I'd be like, oh, I need a Hindi hook. So then I'd go to Kabhi to Baadal or whatever else it was and use that chorus, so which then would connect with the kind of the UK, but also with India. So anyway, so then kind of started growing that market, going to India a lot more, did a lot of Bollywood stuff, and then obviously, yeah, kind of years passed, toured a lot. I think I kind of got lost in the touring a bit, kind of got a bit carried away. I think 2016, I took a flight every 2 days, literally, so I was mentally touring.
Big passport.
Sorry?
Need a big passport for that.
Few passports, yeah. So that kind of was my priority for a long time, was to really get that international fan base and just be there and do as much as I could, you know, globally. But then kind of part of me realized that I wanted to really go back to my roots, the UK, and kind of really do something which is more R&B. I kept kind of putting little songs out there in between the fusion sound. I put like an R&B song out there, wouldn't do very well. I go back to the Asian stuff. But I'd always know that deep down I wanted to have a platform like T-Series who'd give me like that global platform. I needed a platform like that to break into the mainstream.
Yeah, so I mean, with that being said, like before you're now conquering the mainstream, you're trying to get into that world.
Haven't conquered yet.
Trying to conquer at the moment. But you know, you had your track with Guru and Dawa, which to everyone it was like, not only are you a brand new star, but Guru is a brand new star, but you've been around for, you know, quite a considerable amount of time. How was it to get that love back from everyone once you did that song?
It was crazy. I think you know, Guru and I did a song 5 years before that called Same Girl.
Okay.
I remember that
when
song.
he was quite new. Yeah, it's kind of Craig David, Punjabi fusion kind of thing.
You were both in love with the same girl, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's hard to think of a script when you've got two male artists. It's like, okay, there's only one girl, so what do you want to do? So it's the same formula for all. I think Sqaud was the same. Sqaud, we had two twins instead. That was two twin girls. So,
a little bit Usher R. Kelly going on there.
Exactly. So Sqaud. So basically, Sqaud was kind of like a very, you know, organic collaboration. I knew Guru really well. He's a mate of mine anyway. And Intense produced the beat from Canada. It was like very Major Lazer, kind of that very worldwide sound, which is working really well. And the Punjabi and English formula has worked for generations since Jay and Juggy, since that time. That's a very good combination. And the song just flew, and you know, it's become like a wedding anthem. It's become like a club anthem.
It's definitely an anthem everywhere you go. And talk about anthem.
So talking about superstar, like I remember back in the days, you had that massive wave of Asian artists sort of attacking the mainstream. There was that big wave of like Jay Sean, you had Juggy D on mainstream channels, you had ourselves, Panjabi Hit Squad. Who else did you have? You had Raga. There were so many things happening. Now, I think it's about to happen again. You've been signed to Island, to Cypher. You've got the new album coming out. You've got some big features on there. Well, I can imagine you've got some amazing songs on there. Tell us about the new album. What sort of sound have you gone for? And the support that you need to get where you are.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like, for me, it's a return to my roots in a way. It's like a return to R&B, which is, I think the UK urban scene right now is having a moment in general. Like, it's a very, very kind of UK sounding sound that is coming out. Grime, but crossing over into Afro beats and just general, like, you know, urban music in general. So it's a great time for UK music. For me, growing up in the likes of Craig David, like, I'm very influenced by that kind of R&B sound. But obviously also US R&B and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like my return to R&B, but with a very ethnic flavor to it. So everything's got kind of like an Asian feel to it. Not always Asian, sometimes got a bit of African influences and Arabic influences, but it's very worldwide sounding. The main thing is it's kind of like, it's English. So there's no Hindi. There's one song which is Punjabi, which has just been released called Alone. It's like which is like exactly with Prophecy.
Big tune.
Which is like a kind of a transition song, because obviously I've been doing a lot of Hindi and Punjabi fusion. So it's kind of like the setup song to show the kind of sound we're going for, which is a kind of much darker, more kind of urban sound. The next single is coming very soon with the album. The album is meant to be out in Jan. You know, albums are like that sometimes. I think things get pushed, but let's see. Fingers crossed. And yeah, the guy who kind of made it happen for me originally was Sqaud. So Sqaud is a guy who you know very well.
We've done songs with back in the day. Cowboys and Indians.
Yes. So Sqaud kind of like has been like a mentor in a way for like the last 2 years. He did a song with me called Frozen, which is last two years ago.
Yep, we remember that song.
And since then, he's from Ghana. He understands that international market. Obviously, having worked with guys like you and Jay Sean, he's seen how big the market is. It's 1 billion plus, 2 billion people in the world. So it's not a small market. So he knows that if you get the sound right, you can really explode in the way that people like Jay Sean have done. And people like Enrique or Shakira or Pitbull, or more recently, people like, you know, Davido and Wizkid. You know, there's this worldwide sound that can just, and Spanish music is huge as well. So, you know, it's a matter of time before an Asian song is cool enough to make that crossover. I think, you know, the aim is to try and create that.
Well, I think if anyone can do it,
Arjun can.
This guy can do it.
Let's see, man.
You're giving everyone a great Christmas present. Do you know what I mean? You're turning it
Fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed.
Well, listen, man, what do you reckon? We should be playing the game.
All right, cool. We're going to get into Emoji Pop right now. So this is part of the show where we've converted song titles into emojis, and we need Arjun to figure out which is which. So let me get my grandmother's iPad. It always comes out every single week, and it is Christmas, so hopefully she could be up for an upgrade very, very soon. So if you take that, you have to guess what the song is. All right. So the first one, we think, is quite simple.
Happy.
See, see, we had complaints from loads and loads of people that they were too hard. So we think we're going. So Pharrell Williams, Happy. If you swipe left.
Swipe left, okay. I can probably, no, actually, go on, tell me.
Take a guess.
Take a guess.
Oh, okay, oh, so hang on, you aren't gonna tell me it?
No, you're gonna have to take a guess.
You have to guess it.
Looks like B. Lemonade? No, Beyonce? Champagne?
Potentially.
Well, I mean, you got half of it right there. It is Beyonce and it was Drunk in Love.
Drunk in, oh, okay.
See, look at that.
Okay.
All right, swipe left. Let's see if you get this one right.
£1 fish.
Real easy. That was our Christmas present to you, basically.
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it.
Right,
so what happens in an Arjun household during Christmas?
To be honest with you, my family is very spread out. So my family is kind of like my parents live in Sri Lanka at the moment. So we try and be in the same place. That's the first thing. We all try and be in the same place. My brother lives in South London. I live in North London. So we're all over the place. So we try and just be for at least a few days of the year. That's the one time we kind of congregate. And yeah, man, like just kind of family time really. That's the main thing, and just trying to like not do any music for a little bit. Actually, having said that, the last 2 years I've done shows on Christmas Day, so I'm completely lying.
Getting that money.
But at some point between Christmas and New Year's, we try and have 2 days of family time at least. So that's
what's the name of the album?
I can't. Can I read it?
I don't know. You're looking at
your
manager. Go. You're looking at the manager, thinking.
Closer to Home.
Oh.
Close to toe.
Because the reason being, too, it's a kind of double meaning. So for my Asian fans, they'll think it means closer to my roots, i.e. Asia and whatever. But to my R&B fans from back in the day, it's back to my roots. So my home is like R&B. So
there you have it. The brand new album is coming out in Jan, like Arjun said. Make sure you get a copy. It is going to be a dope album.
That's it from us from Panjabi Hit Squad in the mix on B4U Music. A special thank you going out to Arjun, letting us know what's good in his world.
Yep, a massive thank you to Rav for the video mix. As well as that, make sure you check us out next week for our New Year's Eve special.
That's right, Panjabi Hit Squad in the mix on B4U.
We out.